Scorpio, this is going to be your reading. I'm so sorry that it's delayed. I have been very sick over the course of the last few days, and we did, of course, have Thanksgiving, so I had to slow down with my posts. But here we are. We're gonna get a reading out for you just to see what's going on in general. All right, so as always, take what resonates and leave what does not. If you would like to, please do consider subscribing, liking, commenting, all that good stuff. And if you'd like to consider booking a personal reading, the link to do so is going to be in the description box. We have the 10 of Cups and below, at the bottom of the deck. 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This is going to be a sense of separation. Also, repose of the false heart, right? Someone's not actually happy, or they're pretending to be. And then we also have maybe potentially even violence with this. Okay, so let's see what's going on for Scorpio. The Four of Wands. Yeah, someone's just not happy in a relationship is what this is looking like. All right, someone's happiness is being called into question. Okay, all right. It could be relationship related. Doesn't necessarily have to be, but someone's really feeling separated from their happiness. Someone doesn't really feel great. Okay. 3 of Cups. Okay. There could be a third-party situation going on here. 3 of Cups covering the 4 of Wands in reverse. Crossed by Voyager in reverse. And the crossing. Okay, Voyager in reverse, that's going to be Cancer energy. Voyager in reverse. Let's take a look. Because typically, the Chariot is representation of defeat, right? In the reverse, it's, yeah, so it's kind of like this energy of like you feeling very defeated within a relationship or feeling very defeated just in general. Your happiness seems to be very much blocked here. All right, let's take a look here. What is this? Voyager, where are you at? Voyager. Okay, in the reverse, potential struggle with asserting control over one's journey. The Sextant asks for guidance, while the fervor of the seagulls may indicate overwhelming emotions or distractions. The loosening rope symbolizes challenges and letting go of previous traumas that hinder future progress. This perspective calls for renewed determination, careful consideration of internal desires and external circumstances, and an evaluation of the burdens we choose to take with us or leave behind. Okay. Okay. So you are struggling with trauma, is what this is looking like, Scorpio. Seems like it's getting in the way of your happiness. We have the Knight of Wands and the crowning, the Page of Cups beneath. Okay, but it also looks like you have someone who's interested in you, which is interesting to me. Page of Cups is like that sense of like hopeless romantic energy. The Knight of Wands can be a little bit avoidant, so I'm kind of getting like within you, there's this energy of like wanting something more, but never really getting it. Knight of Wands. Okay, past energy, Keeper in reverse. Taurus energy, this is the Hierophant. Keeper in reverse. The Hierophant in the traditional tarot is over kindness, weakness, also potentially good understanding. Keeper in reverse in this deck. Let's take a look. I'm still learning this deck, so bear with me. Keeper in reverse. A period where one might feel disconnected from their heart's true calling or from the spiritual traditions that once brought solace. The Beehive now hints at disarray or internal conflict. The Cobra suggests imbalance, a stifling restraint, or an unchecked fervor. The Bats give feelings of uncertainty, and the Shark represents an undeserved aggression or bias. Here, Keeper invites us to recenter, reevaluate our preconceptions, and to rediscover the purpose and passions that will truly resonate with one's soul. Okay, so it looks like you've been kind of feeling like you aren't as spiritually connected as you once were. Seems like you have your mind kind of focused on the go, go, go with that Knight of Wands. The Page of Cups, it looks like you're really following your heart and you're acting from a place of like emotional curiosity. Page of Cups is meditation, so you could be engaging in some of that. The Page of Cups is, you know, it's the hopeless romantic vibe, like I said before. It's a message, potentially even some news. With the Knight of Wands and the crowning. What an interesting combination. Are you avoiding some feelings here? I'm not really sure what that is. It seems like you're a little bit, yeah, it seems like you're feeling disconnected from like your spiritual sense here with Keeper in reverse. Page of Cups into the Knight of Wands with the conscious energy and the unconscious energy. Okay, future energy here is the Five of Swords in reverse, a sign of sorrow and mourning, yeah. So it seems like there could be some core spiritual principles that you're maybe forgetting or ignoring at this time. The Five of Swords in reverse is a sign of sorrow and mourning. It's also obsequiousness. So, you know, obeying, basically, the demands of your reality. Okay. So it seems like you're kind of foregoing a lot of what really makes you happy these days in order to like kind of just get by. And it almost feels like you're taking some space to yourself. You could be traveling here, or travel could be on your mind, because there's a need for a little bit more inspiration with this Page of Cups. Excuse me. Yeah, and so we have the Queen of Wands coming out in the South position. This is a bountiful harvest. This is you coming out in very confident, magnetic energy. In your environment, we have the Nine of Wands in reverse. Calamity, obstacles. In hopes and fears, we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Clouded joy. And in the outcome, we have Victor, the Emperor. Sense of control, good leadership. So it looks like you're stepping up to the plate here, Scorpio. Even in spite of all this difficulty that you've experienced with feeling spiritually disconnected and traumatized, it seems like you are staying focused on your happiness and staying motivated, even through this sense of clouded joy. So this is good. This is good. Let's clarify the Four of Wands in reverse. Four of Wands in reverse is being clarified by strength in reverse. A lack of restraint, allowing your passions to get the upper hand of you. A lack of courage as well. Clarifying the Four of Wands, which would be your happiness. Okay, the Three of Cups. Clarifying the Three of Cups. Clarifying the Three of Cups is the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Obstacles, delays, observation. So this could be the trauma that we're talking about. It could have been that there was like some kind of third-party situation where somebody was exercising very little restraint or self-control, and some kind of third party got in the way of you and somebody else past energy, it made you feel very spiritually disconnected, made you feel very confused. And future energy, it looks like you're continuing to mourn this, but with victor in the outcome, I see you continuing to take charge of your own life. So you have Chariot, the Voyager in reverse, which is the Chariot. The Voyager in reverse. Yeah, so you're working through this trauma. Yeah, successfully. With the Knight of Wands coming out in the crowning position. The Ace of Pentacles. A lot of you guys could be presented with the opportunity to travel, or you guys are being offered the opportunity to move for a new job. Okay, and you're thinking about it. Page of Cups in the unconscious position. Being clarified by the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, so now there's this kind of like hopeless romantic vibe that I'm looking at. There's this this hesitation to follow your intuition is what I'm seeing. But intuitively, I feel like you are kind of being pulled in the direction of travel at this time for a lot of you. Or to follow your passion in some way. But there's some there's some apprehension toward this. Okay? Or potentially even impatience, depending on who you are. Seems like some of you, with this Knight of Wands, really want this new opportunity to work out. You really want to move. And it's looking like it's going to. There is a victory. There is something very successful on the horizon for you. We have Keeper in reverse in the past. Being clarified by the Four of Cups, the Eight of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. So what caused this sense of spiritual disconnection for you was a feeling of being abandoned, rejected, and opposed. Leading into the Five of Swords in reverse in the future. Sign of sorrow and mourning. Which, interestingly enough, I feel only motivates you to continue to improve upon yourself. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is showing up here twice. It actually kind of alerts you to your own power in a sense. I'm not sure how this motivates you, but it looks like it does. Queen of Wands in the Self position. Being clarified by the Four of Wands in reverse. Four of Wands in reverse out here twice. Queen of Wands out here twice. All right. The Four of Wands in reverse was being clarified by the Strength in reverse, yeah. It could be that there was a point in your life where you're becoming a little bit too comfortable with something. The Queen of Wands with the Four of Wands in reverse, though, is a good thing. That's indicative to me that you're actually quite happy with where you're at presently. Even though in your environment we have the Nine of Wands in reverse, that's going to be an indication of obstacles, adversity, calamity. Being clarified by the Sun. It's a card of positivity, vigor. I feel like there's an aspect here of maybe you underestimating your own strength in a sense. And then discovering it through the process of loss, rejection, abandonment. The Ace of Wands in reverse in hopes and fears. It's your sense of clouded joy, not feeling like you, yeah, but like not feeling like you can be happy. Ace of Wands in reverse. Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, okay. So this Nine of Wands in reverse, there's an obstacle here external to you that's acting as an obstacle to your own happiness. And Spirit is saying that right now is a very important time for you to consider letting go of the past so that you can continue to focus on your own happiness. You don't need to carry this abandonment with you. You don't need to continue to hesitate to act on your passions or to believe in your vision of the future because of something that has happened here in the past, Scorpio. All right, let's continue with the Ace of Wands in reverse. Clarified by the Fool in reverse. Yeah, it's foolish. it's negligent for you to choose this this unhappiness, for you to allow certain obstacles or certain calamities to block you from your happiness. Happiness is a choice, and I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. But happiness is a choice. It's a conscious choice that you make. You can either choose to ruminate and reminisce and feel terrible. Sorry, that's my mom in the living room watching football. But you can either choose that path, or you can choose the path of happiness. You can choose the path of conscious happiness. And I see you choosing the path of conscious happiness here in the future, in the outcome with Victor. That's you stepping into your divine masculine energy, choosing to be a leader in your own life, choosing to create the narrative for yourself that you desire. What is Victor? Yeah, coming into balance. The Two of Pentacles. Within your own divine masculine energy, because you're showing me a lot of feminine energy out here. With the Sun, right? You got the Queen of Pentacles out here twice. Okay. We have these two pages, which are not traditionally feminine energies, but I mean, we have the Page of Cups and the Knight of Wands. Right, there's a lot of feminine energy coming out here. And maybe this imbalanced masculine energy out here in the past as well with Keeper in reverse, Taurus. But Aries coming out here as well, you could be connecting to. Or your sun sign could be in any of these, and you could have Scorpio anywhere else in your chart. But yeah, it looks like you're coming into balance right now, Scorpio, with not allowing the trauma that you've experienced to dictate what's going to happen for you for the rest of your life. That's just it. So let's close off this message with the Shaman's Dream Oracle. Straddling worlds, wandering between worlds and realms, and opportunity, Caterpillar. So you're going to have an opportunity here. Like I said, some of you guys are getting this opportunity for travel or an opportunity to follow your passion in some sense, but it seems like you're potentially hesitating to do so, hesitating to follow or truly believe in the vision because you feel as though you've been abandoned by something here. A lot of you guys feel like you've been passed over in work, or there's some kind of like workplace trauma that you're trying to let go of, or something along those lines that's kind of keeping you from really achieving your fullest potential. You're showing right now with the Four of Wands in reverse and Strength in reverse, it's going to be very important for you to continue to demonstrate your motivation and your strength, because it seems like there's some kind of obstacle or delay in the way of your happiness right now. And it seems like it's requiring you to kind of like call upon the well of energy that you have within yourself. This Queen of Wands coming out here twice. and to consciously choose happiness. All right. We're straddling the worlds. We're 52. Being comfortable in two states, wandering between realms, and reinvention. Reinvention is interesting because Scorpio is death in the traditional tarot, and death is all about rebirth. When the straddling worlds card shows up, it's an invitation to get used to living with one foot in your old world and one foot in the new. There is no going back to the way things once were, and what will be is not yet fully here. You must find the delicate balance that can bring you delight as you relish the past and all your memories, along with awe as you glimpse the astonishing and exciting future. Do not wait for applause. Move on quietly, humbly, invisible to others. This card brings an invitation to begin not only a new chapter, but a new book in your life. Do not break the news to anyone. Let people be as surprised as you are as you reinvent yourself. Make sure you are not just a slightly improved, but more polished version of a dated and obsolete you. Birth yourself into someone original. Do not feel like you have to explain yourself or be understood by anyone. Become a mystery even to yourself. Gaze into the mirror one morning and be pleasantly surprised. Straddling Worlds invites you to become a true wizard, not one who performs magic tricks, but one who has mastered the dance between the visible and invisible worlds, between the realms of form and formlessness. You are the birther of new ideas, of original and sustainable ways of being in the world. Well, Scorpio, that is what we have for you for your reading for today. Thank you so much for your patience. If you stayed this long, thank you so much for watching the whole video all the way through. Please consider once again subscribing, liking, and commenting, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care, Scorpio.